What's going on, everyone? So today I'm gonna review show last night, first show of 2025 for me. Bonginator, Frog Mallet, Kryptoxic Mortality, and Odachi. And this took place in Seattle at the Funhouse. Sold out or nearly sold out. I don't know. It was packed in there. And I want to start by saying it was probably one of the best shows and best sounding shows I've ever seen in the Funhouse, and I've seen, I don't know, 50 or 60 shows there, so that was awesome. And man, the difference between all ages crowd and 21 and up crowds these days is just astounding. All ages crowd, tons of energy, lots of fun. 21 and over, it's all like egos, tough guys, and people standing around. So venues, suck it up and just keep doing all ages show. We need it. If you have a bar, well, that's your choice, but section off the area, I don't know, figure it out. You got to keep the liquor out of the pit anyway. So that little rant aside, it was an amazing show last night. Really good, tons of fun. So the opener was Odachi, local opener. Kind of like, man, they're a little bit hard to describe. They had a lot of different elements last night. Like kind of experimental black sludge. I don't know, they had a few different things going on. But it was pretty enjoyable, and it was a great example of doing more with less. They had a little bit of ambiance set up, candles and whatnot. But there were no crazy, like, dramatic riffs as far as, like, solos or wild experimentation on each instrument, right? Drums, a little bit of keyboard, guitar, bass, vocals. They found something that worked on each and went with it, and it worked really well. So I think in an era where we're seeing bands trying to do more and more and more and maybe overcomplicate or make things more complex than they need to be, this was a really good feeling of simple and clean and effective. So it was my first time seeing Odachi. I'll have to catch them again, maybe when they have more room or more room. Funhouse, unfortunately, is just a small venue, but that aside, they were great openers. Kryptoxic Mortality came up next, kind of standard deathcore-ish. I don't know what this means. I don't think it's a symbol for deathcore. Maybe it is. Who knows? They have a new vocalist, and I think he's only been with them 2 or 3 months. I know I saw them not too long ago, and they had a different vocalist. I guess their original vocalist. So I don't know the reason for the switch, but new vocalist, and he seemed really relaxed up there. He had some good energy. Spent some time in the pit. So. It's always weird to see a band change, but I feel like this will probably be a different step for them. But I don't know. We'll see. So they came on. They got the crowd riled up. A lot of pit action started then. Stage diving and all that. So the night really accelerated at this point. Frog Mallet came on next, and I don't know anything about Frog Mallet. And, it's another one of those cases where the name kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, right, lots of frog-themed stuff. Okay, how's this band going to be? And as I continuously learn, like, it doesn't matter the theme or the name, just go and check it out. And, like, these guys had a great old-school death metal feel to it with some, like, modern beat-downy type parts, but really fun, just no nonsense metal. So really good. Already the nights had a little bit of variation, like this experimental black metal kind of thing, then deathcore, and then this like old school death metal feel. It was good stuff. And Frog Mallet, they put on a really good set. Just 3 guys up there just laying down good music to move to. So they had a guest spot from the Bonginator vocalist, which was cool, and then of course Bonginator was up next, And these guys, man, they felt like pros. Nothing really fancy, but definitely good energy, good performance, showmanship, some silliness, which of course, like a lot of times metal has that, but it was really cool. It was really a lot of fun. It felt like it fit really well. A little bit of samples and dancing type things in between songs, but again, I think it worked really well. And man, they just tore it up. I mean, the pit went crazy, and it was one of those rare moments where you get a lot of like the hardcore beat down metal in the pit at the same time, and it just works, right? And I'm a big proponent for, of course it works. I don't know why people keep trying to cause this divide. Just go in there, respect each other, and know what you're doing. But yeah, so it was just high energy. It was a pretty violent show. A lot of people left with bloody noses, but nobody looked upset or crying. Or I think there was maybe a younger person, like real young, who they didn't know what they were getting into, and their parent, I don't know what their parent was doing, but so there's always things you got to look out for. We want all ages, but we have to take care of all ages. So that aside, hopefully the kid's okay. That aside, the night was just a really good night. Great sound at the Funhouse, great vocals, and just great energy. So it was a really cool set. So if you're getting a chance to catch Bonginator and Frog Mallet, I would highly recommend doing it. If they're coming to your town, I would have a hard time imagining you wouldn't enjoy it. They were good enough to appeal to people who just want good metal. They were fun enough and modern enough to appeal to like younger generations or people who want something outside of that. And it was great. Definitely a really good show to start off the year with. So, yeah, I think my next one is Black Flag original lineup, or first 4 years, or however they're promoting it, just in a few days. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe, get notifications. Rebuilding the channel has been a bit of work, so we appreciate everyone kind of rejoining or joining for the first time. And talk to you soon.